History of Oba Esigie of the Great Benin Kingdom. Oba Esigie, 1504 to 1550 century, was the first king of Benin who ascended the throne with the title Esigie in about 1504. Trade in ivory, Benin clothes and beads, etc. flourished between the Benin Kingdom and Portugal. Although Oba Esigie was the first leader in the West African sub-region to establish diplomatic relationship with a European country, and his son was the first accredited African envoy to Portugal court. Traditional history also records how the Europeans had tried in vain during his reign to gain access into the hinterland, which they suspected to be very rich in natural resources. But the powerful king of Benin gave a capital no to their request. Onitsha, a city in the eastern part of Nigeria, was founded by his people. His mother, Idia, was the famous warrior queen, immortalized in the brilliantly carved face mask adopted as the symbol of Festac. Oba Esigie was the firstborn son of Oba Ozolwa and Iyoba. However, Oba Ozolwa had a first son, Arunwa, the Duke of Idubo, with his other wife, Oyomi. Oba Esigie was born in 1504 and was named Prince Osawe, but upon succeeding his father to the throne, he took the title of Oba Esigie. Oba Esigie and Arunwa, the Duke of Idubo, being products of two of the wives of the Oba Ozolwa, caused a friend between them up from the day of their birth. According to Edo oral tradition, Oromi gave birth to Idubo a few hours before Osawe arrived. But because Arunwa Idubo did not immediately cry at birth, Osawe, who did, was reported first to the king, according to tradition. By the time Idubo cried to enable the mother report his birth, the king had performed the proclamation rites of Osawe as first son. Great Benin, also known as Edo, was an important state that flourished in southern Nigeria. Oba Esigie ascended the throne in 1504 and had a long, eventful reign of perhaps 46 years. His brother Idubo, while growing up, was very bitter about his treatment. He more than on one occasion asked his mother if his father was his true father, to be so callous as to take away his birthright in such a mean faction. As the Duke Enogie of Idubo refused to accept subordinate rule to his brother, Oba Esigie, and at first tried to make Udo the capital of Benin Kingdom with himself as king. It did not take too long before the two brothers went to war. The war was difficult, bitter, and long drawn out. It was not until the third campaign that Udo was defeated. The third campaign was timed to coincide with the planting season, when Udo citizens, soldiers who were mainly farmers, would be busy on their farms. The Enogie's only son, Onioni, died in the battle. Even after that defeat, Udo's Iyase and commander of their troops returned to the offensive, and after his defeat, the people of Udo escaped to found Ondo town deep in Yoruba territory. The Enogie of Udo committed suicide by drowning at the Udo lake after his defeat. He did not want to be captured prisoner and taken back to Benin before jumping into the lake. He left his Ivie, the precious bead necklace, symbol of authority in Benin land, dangling from a tree branch where it could be easily found. Only the Oba could inherit such trophies of dead or conquered leaders and nobles. So, out of excitement over his victory, he tried on his neck for size. His brother's humble surrender necklace symbol. He became mentally disoriented immediately. He put the necklace on his neck. Removing the necklace from his neck did not make any difference. So he was rushed back to Benin City in that hopeless state. His mother, Idia, immediately located a Yoruba Babalawo mystic at Ugbo, Iyaje, in the riverine area and brought him to Benin to work on the king's spiritual helmet. He cured the Oba of his helmet, and the queen, after rewarding him generously, prevailed on him, the Yoruba Awo, to settle permanently in Benin to continue to render his services. He set up home at Ogbelaka quarters, where his descendants have thrived until this day.